Why is this the guy though? Why is this the guy that they've chosen? Is the bar really this low? It does go to show you that with every kind of like social movement and politics, there's like this kind of rising tide of popularity, and it just raises all of this fucking filth with it as well. I can't even do that, my mouse is fucking dry. I'll do even more. Fuck off. Right, where's the... Oh, it's here. Give me that. This is probably the shortest.
The H3.
Oh my god! Ethan Klein is trying to launder his reputation. Hashtag Ethan Klein. Hashtag H3H3.
Cast has decided to return to posting on TikTok.
I'm well aware that I am not a perfect activist. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've spoken from emotion.
Is this Chris trying to match Ethan's voice to his own? Okay.
And I've at times lashed out. I've rashly said things that were incorrect, but I've always strived to learn and to correct myself. But have I consistently spoken against the violent subjugation of the Palestinian people? Yes.
Uh-oh.
This Instagram post is from May 15th, 2021. This is a post from 14 years ago on a forgotten Reddit account. I don't agree with Israeli Zionism or West Bank settlements. That's from 14 years ago. Chris knows that hating me is a booming industry and he's reaped the benefits of it. Every negative TikTok he makes about me is reshared by Hasan Piker and Taylor Lorenz.
I love the fucking outsourcing by these guys. It's so funny. Why is this the guy though? Why is this the guy that they've chosen? Is the bar really this low? It does go to show you that with every kind of like social movement and politics, there's like this kind of rising tide of popularity, and it just raises all of this fucking filth with it as well. And obviously one example is this like fucking bedwetter dipshit English guy with a fucking Middle East studies degree who thinks he knows everything about the Arab world and fucking Israel. God.
And the only time Hasan ever invited him on his broadcast was to talk about me. I actually scrolled Chris's entire feed, and the only time Hasan ever shares his videos is when he's talking about me, which is a shame because Chris makes a lot of really good pro-Palestinian content. And not to mention that on his
Ethan? Uh-oh.
YouTube channel, his top 3 most popular posts are all about me. So of course Chris is not looking to change his mind on me, as he has a vested interest in me remaining a cartoon.
Does he? Again, like, if you don't know that much, then yeah. But like Chris is like, he's an open fucking Hamas Houthi supporter. He did like a fucking glaze obituary for that fucking Anas al-Sharif guy, the guy who like literally lied about the anti-Hamas protesters and got called out for it because he was just trying to launder Hamas's image in the eyes of the Gazan public. But remember, Ethan has, since basically day one, accused Israel of fucking genocide and apartheid and all that other shit, so they shouldn't really have much of an issue with him, apart from the fact that he has a bit more of an issue with killing Israeli civilians. That's kind of where the difference is.
Initially evil, one-dimensional Zionist. Chris is a valuable and effective voice in advocating for Palestinian freedom. However, he doesn't ever have to face the complexities of having friends and family that were born in Israel, who oppose the government and who have done nothing wrong. And how it feels to see people calling them Nazis and wishing death on them.
Where's the commentary?
For nothing more than being born.
This is fucking Ethan's. Oh, okay. And then there's the
answer. Is their suffering more important than the Palestinians? No, obviously not. But as someone that is a dual citizen who spent a lot of time in Israel and has Israeli family, of course, I'm going to be more sensitive to this issue. Despite me caring very much about Palestinian people, this is about civilians. I share a deep sympathy for the Palestinian people. Their suffering, their displacement, and their struggle for dignity are real and deserve urgent recognition. Has my activism been perfect? Of course not, not even close. Are there things that I wish I said differently or not at all? Yes. But to support that I'm some mouthpiece for Israeli propaganda is completely false, and it's totally unsupported. I'm not pro-Israel, and I never have been. I've always been pro-civilians. And you won't find any evidence to the contrary, no matter how hard Chris tries to convince you that I'm lying.
Oh.
Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast
Oh,
has
no.
decided to return to posting on TikTok to try and launder his reputation and claim that he is actually pro-Palestine. And I just want to make it clear now that this man is not at all pro-Palestine. He is not being targeted because he is Jewish. Over the last few months, he has posted and said nothing about Palestine. He just posts about his deranged obsession with Hasan and his attempts to deplatform Hasan. He doesn't care about Palestine. He didn't post about Anas al-Sharif. He's not posting about...
See, what? Why do you need to post about Anas al-Sharif? The guy was a fucking Hamas supporter. What are you talking about? Like, what? Why? Why do you need to post about him? The anti-Hamas protesters in Gaza were literally calling him out by name for not covering them, and then they went and fucking lied about them. That's about being pro-Palestine? No, that's actually about being pro-Hamas. That guy was a pro-Hamas journalist. Oh, God. What did I say? Fucking hell.
Famine in Gaza. In fact, he tried to direct attention away from it by posting about Sudan, something that he has never spoken about otherwise. Just a few months ago, Ethan was saying that he was proud of his wife having served in the IOF, even though she herself admitted that she was bored and went on a raid of Ramallah just because she fancied it. She also said that it was a necessity to serve in the IOF and that those who don't are selfish, to which Ethan agreed. He said that he wanted to take his kids to Israel to show...
So, again, and if you're asking any normal person this, what do you think would happen if no single Israeli joined the IOF? Okay, should we call it the Israeli Awesome Force, if you're a bit sloppy with the details, which this fucking retard always is. What do you think would happen if no Israeli joined the IDF? You've still got some Hezbollah at the north. You've still got some Hamas in the south. You've still got people in the West Bank. You've still got people in Iraq, Syria. Like, what do you think would happen? Like, we know what would happen. We know that the country Israel would just get completely fucking rolled over the minute there was that opportunity. And we also know that the Jewish civilians there they would not be likely spared. They would be fucked. But again, that's not a problem for this guy. That's not a problem for our Middle East scholar who cares very much about peace in the region.
Everyone that Israel was not actually like what the people on the internet were claiming, and he has also just...
I mean, it's not. Like, you literally think you compare it to fucking Nazi-occupied Poland half the time. Yeah, of course it's not like that, but okay.
The bombing of hospitals just over the last few months. This kind of stuff is all documented on my YouTube.
It's about as documented as the fact that Mohammed Sinwar was literally hiding underneath a hospital when he was killed. Yeah, sorry, I don't get this fucking rule. Like, you can look at the Geneva Convention and you can argue about how sufficient the general warning that the IDF gave, because like there's basically a dispute over whether or not you have to give immediate warning before you strike a protected site that's got military in it, or you should or the IDF would say that their broad warning that was carried out throughout the entire war is saying don't generally hide your militants in hospitals. But you don't get fucking immunity just because you've decided to hide yourself near a bunch of civilians. You don't get that. That's not allowed. Otherwise, that would set a pretty odd precedent, wouldn't it? Like, yeah, okay, you can just get completely left alone so long as you keep a fucking protected site near you for long enough. Like, no. Like, you don't want to encourage that kind of behavior.
Channel and on other people's in long form videos that deal with what Ethan Klein is actually like. So don't let him fool you. This isn't a result.
Say off your IP opinion is discarded.
Wow, thanks for the 60 Mossad shekels, Charles. I mean the normal shekel. Thank you so much. Wow, ooh, thanks so much. Appreciate that.
Of anti-Semitism. This is a result of the fact that this man is unwilling to disavow the Zionist project. Yes, he may be willing to say, oh, Israel's actions have gone too far, but fundamentally, when it comes down to it, he is still a defender of Israel. He still justifies what they are doing against Palestinians.
Whoa, and TikTok back and forth are fucking mental, aren't they? There weren't even clips there, were there? There was just For the most part, he just chugged on. Oh well. Let's go. Well, I wish Ethan all the best with trying to appease people like that or trying to explain himself to anyone like that because yeah, I don't think he quite understands. Oh, God. Again, you either want Israel completely destroyed by any means necessary or you are a Zionist. That's it. That's all. That's you're fucked. Okay, I need a minute. Okay, we need to recalibrate here. Slop a clock. Oh my God. I'm just gonna fucking scroll through some YEET shit. That's all. I can't be. I haven't even followed what the wankers are saying recently. Will we just find clips? If anything sounds grossly out of context, we might have a peek. A further look. There's been so much since September, what, 27th was it? Okay, yeah, here. What do we have? What do we have for us? Oh my God. Streamers not fighting against Trump.
For the first 9 months of this administration, every single person in our immediate vicinity, in the space that we occupy, were so fucking terrified of saying something because they were fearful of the repercussions. This created an environment where only right-wing voices were heard. That's why I was fucking out here 1v25ing motherfuckers, because the only people that spoke were right-wingers that said, this is all awesome.
1v25? Is he just talking about Twitch? You mean 1v25? You're fucking insulated as fuck. You know, okay.
ICE deportations, sign me up. I'm going to do fucking Pokemon hunts. And anyone that spoke out at that time would be pushed aside, would be fought back against.
Are you like this? Is he like describing his own ecosystem? Is he just projecting the impact that he has on Twitch? Because there were people on Twitch who were more liberal, center, left leaning, and all that. Typically, the only way that they get ahead on Twitch is if they just say everything you say and stream when you're not streaming. That's usually how that goes. Like, you're just describing the exact environment that you created for anyone who is like slightly to the right of you or just contradicts you on a few fucking facts, apparently. Interesting.
Would get doxxed, would get fucking harassed endlessly.
What? Excuse me. There's no way he doesn't realize what he's doing, right? There's no way he doesn't realize that he's just projecting his own impact. Who was the one who just broadcasted fucking... It wasn't his video, was it? It was Bad and Panada's video of the... Everyone's names and addresses, or like ways to get to their address on the PV website, on the FCC. Was it no, FEC, sorry. Yeah, you streamed that. You streamed him going over the FEC page with everyone's full fucking name. You broadcasted that. You broadcasted the doxing and the harassment. What the fuck?
So it created
now he's just gonna
asymmetry.
No awareness.
You didn't
at
get
all.
to
It's
hear
unbelievable.
for the 8 political people on the outside.
How is he not aware?
In,
it's fucking crazy.
it created this false sense of security.
He actually streamed the addresses. Yeah, I thought the addresses were actually because they're on the page. I used like it was nothing.
In a false sense of popularity for
Or I think for zip code, it was like 9-digit zip code for people like Dylan Burns and shit. Yeah.
right-wing ideals and right-wing values. I tried behind closed doors to talk to people to say, look, you guys have to say something. I know you don't agree with this shit. You have to fucking say something. They didn't because they were worried. I don't fault those people for being fearful.
He's talking about like the normie Twitch streamers. like those people who are just not really as interested in politics. But that's also because they're scared of you, buddy. They're scared of your audience because your audience goes fucking ballistic whenever they express anything that's outside of the party line, which these days is, I oppose Hamas killing civilians, or I oppose the Houthis kidnapping and killing civilians. That's usually enough to get these guys on you like a pack of rabid dogs. So yeah, and of course, no one around you wants to talk about politics with you. Of course, they fucking don't, unless they're Denims or Mike from PA or fucking Gremlo. Otherwise, nah. Everyone else on Twitch, not interested.
The expectation from me was never going to be for those people to just like put themselves in the fucking crosshairs in the line of fire. But we are here now. So find that courage within you. If you're watching, if you're a content creator, if you're an artist,
find the courage within
find that courage within you now, because
find that courage within you to join the most fucking cultish, socially widespread causes of the far left, like online or even offline. Find the courage in you to put a Palestine flag in your bio and to say Democrats are just as bad as Republicans or something. It takes a lot of bravery to do that, doesn't it?
Has nobody else wondered if Alina Habba has like blown Donald Trump? Has nobody else wondered that?
Whoa.
Just based on everything we know about Donald Trump. No one else has had that thought. Don't Jesus Christ me, okay? I'm just saying what everybody is thinking.
Wow. Cool it with the misogynistic remarks, Hutch. But also, yes, probably. I don't know. I don't know who he's talking about. Reddit.
like for the past year and a half, or for the past 2 years, this kind of stuff was basically fair game. Like my former podcast co-host was doing memes like this, you know what I mean? Like, and I think 2 years ago, if someone was saying something like this on Reddit,
to deport you. I've heard this go around. Has Ethan actually spoken about getting Hasan deported, like to Turkey or some shit? I know he's kind of, he will say, like he said that stuff about Ben Shapiro going in the camps, but is he just making shit up? Is he just Mackie Uppies again? He does that a lot. I feel like I would have seen it if Ethan was talking about you would have seen it, no? If Ethan was calling to get Hasan deported. Ethan deport Hasan. Destiny has. Destiny is not Hasan's former podcast co-host, although unless we count the fucking Raj Royale from fucking 6 or 7 years ago.
they be promoting it, and it goes to show you even Reddit, which is like neoliberalism, State Department Central, they have also gone woke. They're woke. They're woke on the issue of Palestine. They're woke on this stuff. Sending Hasan to New Jersey is a punishment in and of itself. Turkey, I can understand. New Jersey is where I draw the line. I don't know, man. You're the One Piece left-wing pipeline. Oh, that's the other thing. There's mad, like, there's so much. This has been, listen.
Listen.
Many weeks have been weeks of vindication. Okay? But this week in particular has been a major week of vindication.
I love how he's so retroactive with, it's like every time like some IDF soldier like does some fucking crime, he'll be like, oh, I'm so vindicated. But like, no, you were calling it fucking genocide from October 7th or 8th. Like that's not vindication. That's not how that works. Or it's like vindicated when it turns out that MAGA are really, really fucking bad. But then it seems like a lot of the authoritarian shit that Trump tried to do, you didn't really care about. Like you didn't care that much about January 6th. Or you didn't care enough to even tell your audience with any fucking conviction who to vote for to keep Trump out of office. But now you're vindicated by everything. It's so dumb.
And it's
pretending that you predicted Trump would win when you actually predicted Kamala would win. It's so stupid.
Really interesting because I didn't do none of this, right? I just kind of do my own thing. I keep my head down. I keep pushing. I keep promoting the causes that I...
What? I keep my head down. This guy, with proportion to the size of himself versus the other people he talks about, this guy is rolling around in the mud all the time. He loves it. He still talks about me every now and then. There are some weeks when I don't have to say anything and he'll start yapping about me.
believe. I keep advocating. And you know, people keep moving.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of like is he just one of those people that's like, I'm trying to think of an example. I know there's some film or TV show that's like about like sociopaths and how they'll just they just say what they think other people would say. Like, or like they just kind of like they watch other people doing basic emotions and kind of like expressing their like idiosyncrasies as people, and they'll just kind of say that. Like, this just sounds like he's heard someone else say this, and it just sounds nice. It makes you sound like it's good branding. It makes you sound kind of innocent. It makes you sound like you're kind of like humble and that you're not like a drama slop merchant for the fucking ages. Just sitting there being like, oh yeah, you know, I just keep my head down, just do my thing, and then, you know, and life just happens to me, I guess. Do you think he just heard that in a fucking film? And thought, oh, that sounds good. $1 million subscribers. God damn. Look at him go. Okay, just get to the punchline, please. Whoa. Be a bad time for people to start unsubscribing. Hasan was singing Bella Ciao, and the quivering is upset. Okay. Don't care. Hasan spends 90% of his time fighting with the left and calls me a rapist, LaMayo. He has contributed to more harassment for liberals than anyone else in this space. I mean, I would probably say Bad and Panada, but obviously Hasan amplified that shit for a good while. So, Tectone, let's go.
I do, and if I get to announce this one thing, which I really fucking hope I do, it's really a I win moment, and I really can't wait for that to happen. And I'm not gonna lie, I cannot tell you how great things are going. I could boot up a stream right now. I'm good to go. I've been good to go for a while now, despite what people who think they know what's going on in my brain.
You have no idea how freakishly fucking restorative this time off has been for. Oh no, I'm pretty sure he's still been making videos. He's still been tweeting away. Okay, this is very convincing.
Think about me more than I think about me. I'm very good. Things are very good.
Very good. And, very, very good. No problems.
Yeah. Here. I could stream, but it's not the right time, and I don't want to make any mistakes. So I'm really locking it down, and me locking it down just means sit back, relax, kick my feet up, go to the gym, focus on my diet, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I guess I get to enjoy this vacation. It's been 3 weeks. It's kind of weird. Shout out to all you guys who are still on my Discord and follow me on Twitter.
Okay, so you're going to the gym, you're watching your diet. Okay, so that's like a couple of hours in the day, maybe 3 at most. But what's the right? You're on Twitter. Oh, you're on Twitter. Oh, you're tweeting. Oh, okay. Oh, you're tweeting, and you're fucking. doom scrolling about trans people and people who make fun of you. Okay.
Dude, Twitter game's been insane. Discord's been insane too.
Oh,
I
what
mean,
did I
Jesus,
say? What did I say? I can't help myself. What?
it's been so funny. I probably will start playing some games with my Discord members pretty soon here, just because I miss the whole community aspect. Probably play some Lethal Company or some Among Us or maybe some Peak, some bullshit. But just know, I'm really good right now.
Yeah, really.
I remember a
that.
time
Yeah,
where
you
I
already
was
said
better.
that. Yeah, okay. Watching Nux Taku and Base Jesus. Nux Taku drawing his own graphs to describe the feelings spurred in him by social media feed. Jenk and Anna call out Ethan Klein. Oh!
Say things that are true. Wait, if I'm not allowed to say things, even though there's a First Amendment in America, doesn't that prove you're controlling
Wait,
hating
hang on.
Jewish people? Nobody said.
He loves the anti-Semitism shit. He gets so bad.
Say things that are true. Wait, if I'm not allowed to say things, even though there's a First Amendment in America, doesn't that prove you're controlling us?
Yeah, that our government, our country is occupied by the Israelis. And look, I get that.
I can't believe they would call us anti-Semitic when we do an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory that's only ever espoused by anti-Semites. That's crazy.
Some people, like Ethan Klein, get very chapped about that. But
She's
address
out.
the substance of what we're saying. Address the substance. And
I don't know when Ethan lost his mind.
Address the substance of what? Like I'm not really going to ever commit to a position on 9/11 and who actually did it. But what I am going to do is I'm just going to ask some questions. Oh, Tower 7? God, Tower 7, that was miles away. How nothing happened to Tower 7 that could have caused it to collapse? How did the first two buildings? Isn't it weird how the first two buildings collapsed? Isn't it weird how there were Israelis kicking around? That there were Israelis. What just happens to be walking around in New York? Israelis in New York. I just asking. Okay, so who did 9/11? Who did? Oh, I don't know to get into that. It's a bit weird. The government. You trust the government? I don't trust the government. Okay, yeah, let's engage sincerely with it. You're a fucking freak retard. That's what you are. You got bullied by leftists on the internet. And now you've decided to fucking swing over to appease the fuck out of MAGA. Because it's just business, eh? Is that the engagement? Did we engage enough? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he totally did. And go ahead and attack if you want. But how about you just try to attack the substance of the argument? Because he's, by the way, under the assumption that no, the top foreign lobbyist in the country, the lobbyist that has spent the most, is associated with Qatar.
Okay, nonsense. I'll just address this real quick. I don't know anything about Ethan. All I know is he was for the two.
When he says foreign lobbyists, they're talking about APAC, right? Which is local. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What's this? No, we'll do that in a minute. Again.
Two-state solution. That was a perfectly reasonable thing to be in favor of. And now apparently he's become a zealot who's founding anti-Semitism everywhere. Is anti-Semitism in the room with us, Ethan? Okay, yeah, I know. Everybody's against.
It's really cool when people say that to Jews, right? Like when Jews are experiencing an increase in anti-Semitism, it's good to suggest that they're mentally ill or paranoid or schizophrenic. That's really good. That's really effective. That's a good way to deal with bigotry. Is Islamophobia in the room with us right now, Jenk? Imagine someone said that. That would be so fucking horrible.
Against you, everybody. No, the fact that Israel is now murdering tens of thousands of children is not the problem. No. It's that people are irrationally hating Jewish people. Nobody said Jewish people. We said Israel. You guys are the idiots saying, no, this genocidal maniacs in Israel represent all Jews. No, they don't. Stop saying that. You're doing great damage, okay?
You're great. You're greatly harming the Jewish people.
So, anyways, Israel.
By the way, we're a Zionist-occupied government.
You are not the boss of us. I know you are currently. Things that are.
Why do they keep fucking saying it, man? Why do they keep saying it? At a time when Muslim Americans are in the middle of their biggest civil rights struggle and desperate to be treated as humans, is the Islamophobia in the room with you right now? Stop conflating people who want to destroy Israel or pro-Hamas with all the Muslims, Jenk. You're causing great harm to the Muslim. It's whatever. American press is obsessed with anti-Semitism. How biased do you have to be to think Israel's supporters are the powerless victims in this country? Wait, I thought Israel's supporters didn't have anything to do with Jews. What? Why would you go from American press talks about anti-Semitism, which is on the rise by all available criminal data? What does that to do with Israel supporters? I thought they weren't related. That's bad, Jenk. What are you doing? Fucking freak. Okay.
This even is an issue. He has nobody. If this even is an issue, he has nobody but.
Or whatever. He said at a time when a genocide is happening. He did not say at the time when Israel was committing a genocide. Oh, he's the Azealia Banks. He's in the Azealia Banks sphere now, where he where he's actually saying it's Hamas doing all the genocide. Okay, I see. Clever. ICE in Chicago.
Get him! What's that? What's that?
What? Holy shit. Is this ICE that is just police, isn't it? What was this guy doing? He was picking something up, wasn't he? What did he pick up? A phone.
Get him! What's that? What's that?
That's not real. Stop. Hasan confirms that he will not be attending TwitchCon this year due to safety concerns for others.
I missed the social Hasan era. There is unfortunately an obvious setback there because of, one, all the political incidents that have taken place, and two, how those political incidents have had some pretty significant consequences in how much I can go out in the real world and socialize with other people. As I said already, I'm not going to TwitchCon, not because I'm worried about my own safety, but I'm literally not going to TwitchCon because I'm worried about the safety of others. I don't want to put them in the fucking crosshairs if some psycho freak decides, like, I'm going to go there. I'm very publicly not going to TwitchCon for that reason. So make with that information, do with that information what you will. I missed this.
I thought he was telling people to get more courage. No, when he says that, he is specifically pointing out to other big Twitch streamers, and he wants them to talk about politics more. No, he doesn't. He wants them to talk about his politics more. No one else's, obviously, because then he might. What was the phrase? He might create an environment of doxing and harassment and fear. Oh God. Don't care about Idubbbz. Boring cunt. Self-proclaimed New York City communist Zoran Mandani. Fake communist promises. Well done, Trump. Well done, sir. Will be present at his next court appearance on October 30th. Ooh. This guy LARPs as a revolutionary, but wants to stay home during TwitchCon so he can stream and make more money. Oh, yeah, okay. What do we have here? He's scared you might show up and have to have a conversation with. Probably. Definitely. Why don't we just assume, let's just make it up. How do we fight this, folks? Says the people who named their kids Theodore after Theodore Herzl, the dude responsible for the Nakba. At least Malibu Barbie is a character and not a Nazi. Herzl died half a century before the Nakba. My bad, honestly. I've just heard he's problematic. Well. How do you fight that? Israel should have funded Middle East studies courses for the last 20 years. I don't know what to say. They kind of, it's a bit late for that now. Bit late. Okay. So, I'd rather China own TikTok than Israel. I'd much rather have China control my TikTok algorithm than Israel. Dude. Sleepy box. Getting a little bit sleepy, I guess. I was sleepy when I started stream, then I got second wind, and now I'm sleepy again. Who knows?